And here's our 1300 game. I'm gonna make it smaller. Okay, so this is X 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, aka Momo. So I'll just refer to them as Momo from here on out. Versus Shu, the stall meme lord. And as we're gonna see, there are some stall memes happening in this game. Okay, so let's see. Capture phase on Gehenna recycled. Capturing first this way with the infantry. I think that's standard. A lot of people do that. Capturing back with the second one. A lot of people do that. Going for base first. A lot of people do that. Okay, next move, capture here, move over. A lot of people do that. Capturing over, doing the same thing. A lot of people do that. 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 Not a lot of people do that. Shu's first vehicle is a rocket. Okay. Crazy idea. That's the Shu special, which is just try to break a map and see what happens. I think the idea, as we'll see, is like move the rocket down to here and then control the center space. And then overrun on the right-hand side with tanks. I think that's Shu's idea. So okay, how does Momo respond to rocket? Tank on the left, tank in response to the rocket over there, and then a tank to respond to the other tank on his one base side. Okay, Shu turn moves the rocket into this position here. So what does it cover? It covers this city, which prevents this capture, although that capture is kind of contestable anyways. It also protects this capture, although it doesn't need it protecting. And it protects 2 squares on this capture. I think most importantly, it just allows you to go into stall lord positions where you're not going to lose on any one front, and you just sort of stall the game out until someone gets impatient. At least that's my perception of it. Okay, so Momo actually goes to center with both of his tanks. That's interesting. I guess the idea is like take center and then like ignore the rocket basically, because you're not gonna. You could bother this property up here, maybe capture it, but just leave this area alone and then go build up in this region where the rocket has no influence. Neo tank on the one base side for Momo. That's now the second time we've seen like a super high level player open with a very early Neo tank and high funds, so take note. Shu makes a little harass here, although he's going to lose. He's going to start a losing tank exchange for it. Starts moving his rocket over to the left. I mean, it's got to do something, and where it is now is not getting the job done. I think maybe you could move it over here, 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 and then like get a blob behind these mountains and take center that way. Just an idea. Although I guess if you ignore this part too much, then Momo will just move his army up here if your rocket's going to be in the center. So hard to say. I'm not familiar with games like these. Okay, so Momo attacks in the bottom here. So Shu moves his rocket back down into the spot that it was before. Just, got to burn off some fuel. Responds with the Neo tank, kills a tank. and then has an artillery to take advantage of his numbers. So let's see what Momo does in response. Kills the capturing infantry with a Neo tank. Kills a tank. Right now, Momo's ahead in income. And looks like behind a little bit in army value and even-ish on unit count. But Shu just resigns in this position. So I asked Shu about this. He said, let me just pull it up. Shu says, I lost center lol, so I didn't feel like playing it out. Also, Momo got both of the corner cities. Both of the corner cities, so that means probably this guy and this guy. So I was down. So I was about to be down 4K income in addition to whatever income I was down in the center. And then Master of Math, Sonia, says that, I guess the other thing is it's an Olaf Ditto, so income is a big part, and Super CO power also is hard to surprise someone with just 2 HP off all units. So being 4K down in income is a much bigger deal than in some other matchups. Okay, so yeah, I mean, Shu's point was he's going to be slightly down in income. That doesn't benefit. You don't win a stall game if you're down on income by 4K. And yeah, he was just going to lose center too. So yeah, cool. GG's.